If you're going to make olive oil and share it with your family and friends, it had better be
And
good.
of course, olive oil. We love olive oil.
Major health headline here tonight, and it involves a very popular diet, the Mediterranean diet, full of olive oil.
Olive oil.
Olive oil.
Extra virgin olive oil.
What is the best olive oil?
Pure olive oil.
Think this is olive oil, right? Wrong.
Extra virgin olive oil is now a major line in supermarkets and is a business worth $300 million a year.
Cheaper oil is added to the more expensive oil, and the label still reads 100% extra virgin olive oil.
Olive oil, the heart of Mediterranean cuisine, the so-called liquid gold. It's praised by doctors, influencers, and chefs alike. But what if the olive oil sitting in your pantry right now is fake? Most extra virgin olive oils are not extra virgin at all. More brands than you would like to believe are cut with seed oils, contaminated with microplastics, or are flat out rancid.
Recent independent analysis that looked at the levels of hormone-disrupting chemicals in olive oil and avocado oil, and the results were pretty striking. What I'm talking about here are phthalates.
This is definitely not a conspiracy theory. The olive oil corruption runs deep. It's one of the biggest food fraud scandals in the world, worth billions of dollars, and even tied to the Italian Mafia. Food fraud is a massive global issue, costing the economy over $40 billion annually.
Oh, I was in the olive oil business with his father, but that was a long time ago, that's all.
This isn't just a minor inconvenience. It's a widespread deception that affects consumers every single day. According to the Grocery Manufacturers Association, an estimated 1 in 10 food products sitting in your grocery cart right now could be adulterated.
Think this is olive oil, right? Wrong. Well, maybe some of it is, but this is actually a classic example of food fraud.
The extra virgin olive oils are being switched out with cheap ones.
And fraudulent to sell something labeled as something else.
Meaning it's either misrepresented, diluted, or outright fake. While many people assume that food fraud only happens in developing countries or shady underground black markets, the reality is that it's happening on a huge scale in the US and Europe, and the average consumer is completely unaware. And one of the most commonly counterfeit products? Olive oil. Almost 70% of imported olive oils fail to meet the extra virgin standard. That means the expensive bottle labeled extra virgin olive oil that you picked up from your local store might not be the real deal. In fact, many of these oils are rancid, heavily diluted with cheap seed oils like soybean or sunflower oil, or even mixed with chlorophyll to fake the rich, golden green color that high-quality, authentic olive oil naturally possesses. And if you're assuming that the Food and Drug Administration is keeping an eye on this, think again. The FDA is supposed to regulate food imports, but in reality, they inspect only about 2% of what enters the United States. That means 98% of the olive oil crowding American shelves is completely unregulated. No one is testing these products to confirm if they're actually extra virgin or even olive oil at all. This intentional lack of oversight allows major food companies and even criminal organizations to flood the market with low-quality, adulterated olive oil, which they can sell at premium prices. And because most consumers don't know what genuine olive oil should taste like or how to check for authenticity, this scam continues year after year, making billions for fraudsters while leaving people unknowingly consuming inferior, chemically altered products. Graza has completely taken over social media, becoming the influencer-approved olive oil brand seen in countless TikTok and Instagram food videos. From food bloggers drizzling it over salads to home chefs using it in trendy recipe videos, the brand has embedded itself into online food culture. With its eye-catching bright green squeeze bottle and sleek branding, Graza quickly became a staple in aesthetically curated kitchens and viral cooking tutorials. On the surface, it seems like a company that's doing everything right. They emphasize high-quality olive oil, proudly display harvest and expiration dates, and source fresh, single-origin olives from Spain. This level of transparency is rare in the olive oil industry, making Graza stand out as a brand that appears to care about quality and authenticity. But they made one critical mistake: they put it in plastic. And that one decision completely changes the quality of the oil. Plastic bottles are the worst possible containers for olive oil because they don't protect it from light, heat, or air, the three biggest enemies of olive oil. Over time, the chemicals in plastic leach into the oil, introducing harmful compounds like phthalates, which have been linked to hormone disruption, infertility, developmental issues, and even cancer. Dark glass and non-reactive metal containers, such as stainless steel, are excellent choices for olive oil preservation. On the other hand, plastic bottles allow oxygen and light to penetrate, which accelerates oxidation and causes oil to become toxic. This means that even if Graza started with high-quality oil, it is likely already compromised by the time it reaches the consumer's kitchen. What's worse is that many people don't realize that spoiled olive oil doesn't always have a strong, foul smell. It can simply lose its peppery, fresh taste and become flat. Most Americans have never even tasted real extra virgin olive oil and can't pinpoint the difference, making this the perfect opportunity for undetectable crime. Despite this major flaw, Graza still managed to generate over $4 million in sales within their first year. Their success wasn't built solely on the quality of their oil, but rather on clever marketing strategies. By tapping into influencer culture, partnering with trendy food content creators, and using a fun, visually appealing squeeze bottle, they turned their product into a viral sensation.
And then I drizzle it with some good olive oil.
People aren't just buying olive oil, they are buying an aesthetic, an experience, a brand. Graza became Instagrammable, and in today's world, that's often more important than what's inside the bottle. Instead of questioning the packaging, consumers got caught up in the hype, unknowingly paying premium prices for olive oil that may already be degraded and contaminated with microplastics. If you think that fraud in the olive oil industry is just some rare accident or occasional mishap, think again. The Italian Mafia has been running elaborate olive oil scams for years, making millions off uninformed consumers. This isn't just about cutting corners or mixing in lower quality oils. This is full-scale organized crime, with fraudulent olive oil being deliberately manufactured and exported on a global scale. In one shocking case, Italian authorities uncovered 42 tons of fake olive oil, valued at nearly $1 million.
And authorities in southern Italy have confiscated 42 tons of fake olive oil worth nearly $1 million. Officials say it was being sold as part of an illegal racket. 7 people are accused of crimes, including conspiracy, fraud, and adulteration of food substances. Incidents of falsified extra virgin olive oil have increased in recent years, due in part to the popularity.
But here's the horrifying part. This wasn't even olive oil. It was industrial lubricants, chemically altered to look and smell like real olive oil by adding chlorophyll for a hint of that fresh green hue. Imagine drizzling motor oil over your salad or dipping your bread into a bowl of machine lubricants. You would never willingly do either. So in comes organized crime and deceptive marketing. And where was all of this fake olive oil headed? Straight to the United States. Unlike in Europe, Where strict laws classify falsely labeled olive oil as fraud and a criminal offense, the U.S. has shockingly lax regulations. Companies are not even required to prove that their product is truly extra virgin olive oil. There are no mandatory inspections, no required quality control, and no serious consequences for misleading consumers. This is the terrifying truth. Any company can slap an extra virgin label on their bottle, and nobody is stopping them. There is no official enforcement, no widespread testing, and no consumer protection ensuring that what you're buying is authentic. So unless you are an extra virgin olive oil expert, there's a good chance that the expensive bottle of liquid gold sitting in your kitchen is anything but the real deal. Consumer Reports conducted a thorough investigation, testing 23 different products labeled as extra virgin olive oil. The results were alarming. Only 9 of them actually met the quality standards. That means more than half of the so-called EVOO bottles on grocery store shelves failed the test, containing lower quality, rancid, or even mixtures of seed oils. This is a huge problem. Consumers are paying top dollar for what they assume is high-quality, healthy olive oil, when in reality, they may be getting something far from it. So, how can you ensure that the olive oil you're buying is real extra virgin and not just an overpriced bottle infused with engine oil? There are a few critical factors to look for, and if a bottle doesn't check these boxes, put it back on the shelf. Most people check the best buy date on olive oil, but that doesn't tell you anything about the actual freshness of the oil. Instead, always look for a harvest date, which indicates when the olives were picked and pressed. The more recent the harvest, the fresher the oil. Ideally, you want olive oil harvested in October or November of the most recent year. Unlike wine, olive oil does not improve with age. It actually loses its flavor and health benefits over time. Olive oil is extremely sensitive to light and oxygen. Exposure to light causes oxidation, which degrades the oil and speeds up rancidity. If an olive oil brand is selling their product in clear glass or plastic bottles, avoid it at all costs. The best brands package their oil in dark glass bottles, green or amber colored, or stainless steel containers to protect it from light damage. High-quality oil should always be stored properly, both before and after purchase. If a bottle lists multiple countries of origin, such as product of Italy, Spain, and Greece, that's a red flag. Look for a single source, farm, or region, rather than being a blend from multiple places. Blended oils are often cheaper, lower quality, and prone to fraud because they can be easily tampered with in the process. Extra virgin olive oil is ideally cold-pressed or cold extracted, meaning that the oil is drawn out without heat or chemicals within 24 hours of harvest. This preserves its delicate flavor, antioxidants, and heart-healthy benefits. Some manufacturers use heat or chemical processes to extract more oil, but this degrades the quality and removes many of the beneficial compounds. If the label doesn't clearly state cold-pressed, first cold-pressed, or cold extracted, there's a good chance you're dealing with a lower-grade product. Many countries and organizations have quality certification programs to verify authentic extra virgin olive oil. If a bottle has a seal from a reputable organization, it's more likely to be legitimate. Some of the most trustworthy certifications include the California Olive Oil Council, COOC, which ensures the oil meets strict California extra virgin olive oil standards that are often higher than international ones. The International Olive Council, IOC, is a global organization that certifies authentic EVOO, but be cautious because some lower quality oils have slipped through their system. The North American Olive Oil Association, NAOOA, conducts independent testing to ensure that oils labeled as extra virgin meet international purity standards. Remember, a label, brand, or certifying organization does not guarantee a high-quality product, a common theme you'll recognize when you head down the unprocessed truth rabbit hole. Now that you know how to identify real extra virgin olive oil, look for the signs, or just book that trip to the European countryside and go taste the difference yourself. Thanks for watching. Please like this video, press the subscribe button, and drop your thoughts in the comments section.